Good day, everyone. Welcome to our pre-full moon garden visualization in Virgo, September 2022. It's such a joy to meditate and sit together with you, all of us as a group. Let's continue to build our healing garden as a group at some point within the 12 hours prior to each full moon, meeting DK there and turning our garden into a shrine of consecration, and intending to offer our garden as a chalice for the love of hierarchy to be poured in selfless service to humanity. And now let's gather in our garden. Before we do so, let's align with our own soul. Raise your consciousness into the head, as high in the head as you can, imagining that there is a huge magnet attracting you upwards. Now carry that consciousness upward through your astral body, a calm and poised astral body, like a sea of glass. Then to the mental body, a one-pointed and receptive mental body. And now visualize a lotus, fully open, scintillating with light, and pulsating like a living heart as a symbol of your soul body. Place yourself in the center of your lotus, realizing that you are now home. This is where you reside. You, the personality, and you, the soul, are now one. And from that point, definitely and consciously, assume the attitude of the observer. Observe your personality below and visualize your etheric body and see energy flowing freely up and down your etheric spine. And now consciously throw soul energy down into the center of the base of the spine using indigo blue light. And now in your creative imagination, raise that light slowly via the 5 centers up the etheric spine, then to the ajna, then to the crown, and up into your lotus. And feel your whole system totally irradiated with light. And say the soul mantra with conviction. I am the soul. I am light divine. I am will. I am love. I am fixed design. And sound 1 Om as if you were the soul in full expression. the entrance of our garden, we stroll through arches of climbing roses, clusters of flowers in abundance overhead. Choose the colors that you like. Let the roses gently caress your face as you stroll down. Breathe in the delicate aroma of the cascading colorful roses percolating through the air. Small lovingly trimmed emerald green bushes line the stony pathway, and you can hear the crunch of our steps on the pathway. Along an embankment at the end of the archway, there are rows and rows of flowers. Flowers of different hues and harmonizing tones, of reds and yellows and pinks, all colors. And as we create these rows, we include our own favorite flowers. The blooms shed fresh petals on the path, creating a soft carpet for us to walk on, releasing their individual fragrances as we step on them. On the opposite side of the embankment, we see right in the middle of our space of harmony, a lighthouse, standing tall and strong, shining beams of light in all directions as a symbol of our united group soul. As we assemble there quietly, we hear a choir of birds fill the space with their clear melodious notes, welcoming us to this unique space. A choir of angelic voices sing a soft tune, accompanied by the sound of harps, divas gently strumming the chords. Sitting still in contemplative reflection around the lighthouse, we feel the gentle warmth of the rays of the sun. In the background, the breeze softly swishing through the tall eucalyptus trees chants a melodic lullaby. These majestic trees cast their protective shadows on the grass as sunlight peeps through this peaceful garden. Around the lighthouse, we see a large pool of crystal clear blue waters. Flowing from the pool, we see rivulets as we hear the gentle trickling of water. We also see 3 wider streams of golden liquid water flowing steadily, and across them are curved wooden bridges. In one area of the pool float lotuses of all colors in all stages of bloom. Some are in full bloom, revealing their gorgeous jewel, while others are just budding and barely showing their true color, but all reflecting their light in the healing waters. Just beyond the pool, a hidden path leads to a cozy and serene corner. A few chairs and a bench and a small fountain containing supercharged, vitalizing water, perfumed by a single floating lotus, create the perfect spot for an informal sharing of one's difficulties or words of wisdom. Inhale the perfume of the flowers, imbuing and permeating the air. And you can now bring in people that you'd like to send healing to. Bring them into our garden, to this corner. In the distance, we hear the soothing sound of water, and we follow it. We come to a quiet pool where cascading water gently hugs rocks as it joyfully spills in a blue pool below, while bubbles of spray ricochet spiritedly in the air. Lush ferns along the rocks, draping in the water, enhance the serenity of the place, while the fiery brilliance of the orange and red leaves of surrounding trees brings warmth and invigorating energy to the area. In our mind's eye, we follow a pathway which leads us to flower beds. They are a riot of spring color, reds and creams and yellows and pinks of such vibrancy, winding their way like a gentle living stream among the trees. A row of violet flowers on either side of the meandering bed happily follows the path of the flowers as they release their subtle perfume. Butterflies flutter through the air with their iridescent wings, attracted by the silent serenade of the blooms. They are like the flowers of the air. Their delicate and fragile wings, fluttering, are like floating petals, catching the light and twinkling like diamonds in the air. While buzzing bees surf the open spaces from flower to flower, seeking pollen, which looks like scintillating bright golden pixie dust. Nearby, the soft and gentle babble of the sound of the fountains reaches our ears. Lush green grass lines a gentle stream like a soft velvety carpet, and feel the cool grass The air is full of the sweet fragrance of the flowers in full bloom, adorning the fringes of the stream. In this tranquil garden quivering with life. Now, this garden that we've just created is our garden, our group garden. But let's take a moment to add a little corner which has our individual touch. Add the colors, the unique features and flora of your own country that you'd like to blossom in this serene space. Let's invite the presence and the cooperation of the healing devas working under the Christ. Visualize them in our garden, enlivening it with their magnetism. Now sitting quiescent, our hearts beating as one. Let's link up with each other as we say the healer's mantra aloud together. With purity of motive, inspired by a loving heart, we offer ourselves for this work of healing. This offer we make as a group and to the ones we seek to heal. You can nominate people at this point. We open our inner eyes, endeavoring to hold our mind unwaveringly in the group light. We know that Master DK too stands steady, pouring out upon us his love and strength, and endeavoring to lift us up into a higher state of consciousness. We are now receptive to Master DK's radiant energy. The light of the lighthouse begins to shine brighter and brighter, intensifying gradually. And soon this light begins to take shape, and a definite figure appears. It is that of Master DK's. So from the lighthouse, visualize warm waves of golden light poured by DK, streaming through our group, irradiating the garden around us, enlivening it even more, imbuing our garden with the nurturing and shielding energy of Virgo. And feel the energy of unconditional love and devotion fill the space and our hearts. Virgo is the symbol of the form nature and is the opposite pole of spirit, and stands for the relation of these two after they've been brought together originally in Aries and have produced a recognized duality in Gemini. Virgo is the cosmic mother because she represents cosmically the negative pole to positive spirit. She is the receptive agent where the father aspect is concerned. In a previous solar system, this matter aspect was the supreme controlling factor. The life of the third divine aspect played then upon the ocean of quiescent matter and prepared that substance over untold eons for its work in this solar system. It is in this system that the Christ child, the expression of the divine consciousness and the result of the relationship of Father Spirit and Mother Matter, must be brought to the birth. The keynote which embodies the truth as to the mission of Virgo is Christ in you, the hope of glory. There is no clearer or more adequate definition in this sign than that, says DK. So then let's pause for a few moments to ponder on Virgo's mission. Christ in you, the hope of glory. Christ in you, the hope of glory. Virgo is a triple sign, the symbol of the three lower planes of matter, where the soul is imprisoned. Gemini and Virgo are closely related, but Gemini presents the pairs of opposite soul and body as two separate entities, whereas in Virgo, the two pairs of opposite soul and body are blended and of great and supreme importance to each other. Hence the voice emerges from the Virgin herself. I am the mother and the child. Virgo is the nurturing force of substance itself. The mother protects the germ of the Christ life. Matter guards, cherishes, and nurtures the hidden soul. The sign of Virgo itself stands for a synthesis of these three feminine aspects: Eve, Isis, and Mary. She is the Virgin Mother, providing that which is needed for the mental, emotional, and physical expression of the hidden but ever-present divinity. Eve is the symbol of the mental nature and of the mind of men, attracted by the lure of knowledge to be gained through the experience of incarnation. Isis stands for the same expression down on the emotional or astral plane. In Isis, the midway point is reached, the quickening of that which is desired, the desire of all nations. Isis stands in the ancient zodiacs for fertility, for motherhood, and as the guardian of the child. Mary carries the process down to the plane or place of incarnation, the physical plane, and there gives birth to the Christ child. The sign of Virgo itself stands for the synthesis of these three feminine aspects: Eve, Isis, and Mary. They are of peculiar and significant importance where our civilization is concerned, for they embody in themselves the symbology of the entire form nature, which, when integrated and functioning as a whole person, we call the personality. This personality is the developed and qualified expression of the third aspect of divinity, that of God the Holy Spirit, the active, intelligent, and nurturing principle of the universe, that self-conscious entity and personality which in Virgo becomes the mother of the Christ child. So let the light of understanding and intuition from Mercury, Virgo's exoteric ruler, illumine our group mind. Cherish and nurture the Christ consciousness, the hidden indwelling Christ within us. And feel it grow and grow, assuming control. Until the inner spiritual reality is eventually released from the thraldom of matter and becomes manifest in its own true nature in the world. Just like the humble dandelion gives birth to hundreds of seeds, in our creative imagination, let our group mind and heart give birth to the seed of the Christ life in us, the hope of glory. Let Virgo's seeds of compassion, service, cleansing, beautifying, perfecting the small things in daily life, and verbalizing spiritual realities in practical terms be blown in our garden. See all these seeds floating in our garden and taking roots. And develop into a beautiful plant. Let them be seeds of aspiration and inspiration to all those who seek solace in our garden. And now let the following words from Master DK impress our group mind and be like a seed that takes root, germinates, and yields intuitive fruits beyond our finite mind. Having pervaded the entire universe with a fragment of myself, I remain. There is here an esoteric reference to the essential identity of the Son with a Father, the Undying One, and with the Eternal Mother. That is the identity of the Son with spirit and matter. This is the fundamental mystery of Virgo. Let these words take root in our mind. Identification with both spirit and matter. I, God, I, matter, am. I, God, I, matter, am. Upon the wheel of the disciple, the voice emerges from the Virgin herself, and she says, I am the mother and the child. I, God, I, matter, am. Decay tells us to ponder upon the beauty of this synthesis and know that you yourself have said the first word as the soul descending into the womb of time and space in a far and distant past. The time has now come when you can, if you so choose, proclaim your identity with both divine aspects, matter and spirit, the Mother and the Christ. Let this synthetic voice, I, God, I, matter, am, impress your mind. I, God, I, matter, am. So in our creative imagination, let us see Master Dicky at the summit of our lighthouse, symbol of our unified soul group, blowing the seeds of Christ life in our group heart and mind. imbuing our garden with Virgo's rays of nurturing and shielding love and devotion. Protecting the Christ consciousness at the heart of every atom, of every blade of grass, flower, bush, tree, or every atom of water or air of our garden. And now let's distribute these seeds of Christ's life to humanity by visualizing the flow of unconditional love or will to good emanating from the triangle, the avatar of synthesis, the spirit of peace, and the Buddha, powering the Christ right at the center. Superimpose this radiating triangle on the soul triangle consisting of the Christ, Master DK, and our soul group. See these two triangles fusing and blending to become one triangle. And now superimpose these two blended triangles on our group chakric triangle, vitalizing it, bringing the energy of the will to good right down to the etheric level. So superimpose it on the triangle of our group chakra, group crown chakra, our group ajna, and our group alta major. Again, see these triangles blend and fuse to become one. And now directing the dispelling radiance via our group ajna right eye, left eye triangle. Let's place the blended triangle over our three planetary centers: London, Geneva, New York. See then the radiance of the will to good, radiating from these three centers to the rest of the world. Making our planet a sacred planet. And as we do this, Let us say the healer's mantra aloud in a low voice, saying it slowly and deliberately as you believe in the results, as you know the results. May the love of the one soul focused in this group radiate upon you, our fellow men, and permeate every part of your body, healing, soothing, strengthening, and dissipating all that hinders service and good health. May the nurturing energy of Virgo inspire and give birth to illumination, and thus reveal the Christ life, the hope of glory in all those who are touched by our garden. And now, just like Christ standing under his pine tree at sunset in his garden, let's picture a great pine tree in our garden. Let's gather around the Christ, the Master DK, and the healing ashram under this pine tree, and let us say the great invocation together with the Christ and Master DK and the healing ashram. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth, and visualize a shaft of light pouring down on earth as you sound a blue Om. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. And again, see a downpour of love pouring on earth as we sound a second blue Om. From the center, where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. And see a shaft of will to good pouring down on earth as we sound a blue Om. From the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Raise your clasp hands above the head and say, and so let it be. And help us to do our part. Bring them down to your forehead and let them rest on your heart. May the blessing of the Christ and of the hierarchy rest upon all true servers, and may they stand tranquil in the midst of strife. May the light of the garden of our souls be on the inner plane, what the sun is to the gardens of the world, a protective womb of nurturing love and a healing pool for all.